For 35 years, I've been an internal family systems therapist. I've taught other therapists how to do my processes. I am a mediator. I'm an attorney. I became a Chopra Certified Teacher of Meditation, Yoga, and Ayurveda. So I blend all my wisdom from all of the mentors I've had, from Dick Schwartz to Deepak Chopra, David G. My friend Sark has mentored me. And I bring emotional and spiritual healing along with legal and financial information and support. So what that means is I look at working with a client or a student or someone I'm teaching as an opportunity to share our higher self energy, our ability to tap into the divine wisdom that we have to create an environment where safety is present and where we can become more compassionate with ourselves and help others do the same and create a better world. And if we do that one person at a time, one heart at a time, I've come out of the closet spiritually, meaning even though I may be too woo-woo for some of my family, I am a spiritual person. I love working with people that have some spiritual awareness. And I love working with people that don't, to kind of help them lean into their spirituality. Because I find that most people have certain ways of being that are very ego oriented, left brain. And then our egos hit a wall at some point in our life where our relationship doesn't work, or our health isn't working for us, or we lose a job, we have to move. Something creates a crisis and our egos can't fix it. So looking at life from a more spiritual basis and using the skills of internal family systems and self-leadership or higher consciousness allows me to model for my clients and my students a way of being that attunes with the higher self and the people that we're working with. Because it's all about attunement. We're all higher self energy. We're all divine. We're all channels of love and beacon of light. We don't all accept that all the time. We don't all believe it all the time, but we are. And when we reach a level where we can look at whatever happens to us from that energy, there becomes healing and transformation. And in my own life, I've had challenges, as you have, and my challenges have included chronic illness, different forms of cancer, including stage 4 lymphoma. I've had addiction in my life, and I've had, sadly, the loss of my daughter to addiction. And each time there has been a challenge, I have leaned into some beliefs that I found in Al-Anon about letting go and letting God, some beliefs that I find in terms of a soul's purpose coming in. We don't always know what the soul's purpose is. But I found that in my almost 78 years, I have acquired some skills that I love to share with others. In fact, I created a card deck called Messages from Your Higher Self. And in those messages from your higher self, it's a way to pick a card when you're dealing with a situation and pick a word that you could look at the situation from your higher self perspective. So instead of judgment or blame or ego or hurt, you look at it from a perspective of acceptance or wisdom or love or forgiveness. And when we help ourselves and others do that, it changes the energy between a relationship, between in a family, in a community, in the world. And we all can be those agents of change. It's a different scenario. I have a different background. There's not a lot of therapists that are also mediators and attorneys and have the spiritual expertise that I do from the Chopra Center. And the other part is I've codified this all. I have created the Compassionate Communication Academy, which was kind of my life's dream. I wanted to create an academy where people could come and take courses and learn how to be more compassionate. So right now on the academy, I have the Compassionate Mediation program. I have Compassionate Mediation training. I have Compassionate Mediation coaching certification levels 1 and 2. And I have my new Compassionate Communication course with more courses coming. So I've actually manifested a lot of what I wanted to do. And now it's just about reaching more people. Whether you want to share what I do, whether you want to become an affiliate of mine where you share some of my free gifts. And then if people take my courses, I thank you with a thank you gift. And I'd love for you to check out whatever resonates for you. Individual, professional, affiliate, just an old friend, a new friend, connect with me. Let's find a time to chat. And I'm so thrilled that you're asking and interested. And together, we can truly become the change we hope to see. And I always say we can change the face of divorce one heart at a time. We can change the face of conflict one heart at a time. And we can all compassionately communicate with ourselves and then with everyone else. So thank you. Thank you so much for showing up. And I'll talk with you soon. Bye for now. So the question I often get is, what happens when my partner doesn't want to do any work? And I can't tell you how many times that becomes the issue. Sadly, what happens is, just because your partner doesn't want to do any work, you may stop doing any work. You may just build filters through which you judge yourself and each other. You might put walls up around your heart, and you may parallel live for a while, but nothing really changes. It can change if you're the only one that changes. If you learn how to compassionately communicate, if you're thinking of leaving and you bring more higher self energy into your relationship, miracles happen. So you don't have to have your partner buy in. I've worked with individuals who have gotten divorced and they're the only one that works with me, but they know how to approach their partner, their separated co-parent, their ex-spouse, in a way that brings more peace to the relationship, because it takes two to create conflict. And sadly, in my own divorce, my ex-husband didn't buy into it either. But when we were with our children and grandchildren, if he was angry, if he was withholding, if he was upset, I didn't have to be. And instead of our children being in the middle of that energy, there was some peace. And I'd like to think that now in the future, wherever he is, he's since deceased, that there is healing happening, because I'm practicing my spiritual graft, GRAFT. I'm grateful for what we shared. I radically accept we each did the best we could. I've forgiven myself and him, and I trust that we each got from the relationship the best of who we could be, and our children and our grandchildren are our legacies. And I use the best version of myself. Even when we got divorced, I used the best version of myself to bring a prayer to the divorce process. The night before, I wrote a prayer, and I gave it to him and his lawyer and my lawyer. And his lawyer, to his humorous credit, said, "Here, Pete, is there anything you want to change on this?" But he didn't. And the prayer basically said that I want to come from my highest and best self, that I want to remember the love that we once had and could possibly continue to have in a different format, that I wanted to create two loving homes where our children feel safe, and that for the benefit of all concerned, let us make this last bit of business asset division one of peace and respect, so that we can each go on with our lives, looking back at the job we did and wish each other well. And that's what I did. And I think on some level he did it and is still doing it. And that's what I want for you. So don't wait for your partner to buy into it. Get the help you need. Join the Compassionate Communication course. Get the Compassionate Mediation program. Reach out to me personally. You'll be amazed at what you can do, the power that you have when you come from your highest and best self.